Question 1. This question has a catch. Think twice. If the low pressure warning signal comes on while driving, what should you do? Option A. Stop and safely park your vehicle as soon as possible. Option B. Pump the brakes to build up air pressure. Option C. Switch to the secondary air system. The correct answer is A. Stop and safely park your vehicle as soon as possible. To avoid sudden automatic braking, if the low air pressure warning comes on, stop and safely park your vehicle as soon as possible. Question 2. What should you do before driving a vehicle with a dual air system? Option A. Allow the air compressor to build up a minimum of 100 psi pressure in both systems. Option B. Ensure the application gauge reads 0 psi. Option C. Drain the air tanks. The correct answer is A. Allow the air compressor to build up a minimum of 100 psi pressure in both systems. Before driving a vehicle with a dual air system, allow time for the air compressor to build up a minimum of 100 psi pressure in both the primary and secondary systems. Question 3. Don't let the wording trick you on this one. Are front wheel skids likely from braking on icy surfaces? Option A. Yes, front wheel braking should be avoided. Option B. No, tests have shown front wheel skids from braking are not likely even on ice. Option C. Yes, unless limiting valves are used. The correct answer is B. No, tests have shown front wheel skids from braking are not likely even on ice. Despite common fears, tests have shown front wheel skids from braking are not likely even on ice. Question 4. How is the air compressor typically connected to the engine? Option A. Through hydraulic lines. Option B. Through gears or a V-belt. Option C. Through a dedicated driveshaft. The correct answer is B. Through gears or a V-belt. During your pre-trip inspection, you will find the compressor connected to the engine through gears or a V-belt. Question 5. Beware of the hidden trick in this next question. What happens to the stopping distance in dual systems if the low air pressure warning triggers? Option A. It remains the same. Option B. The stopping distance will be increased. Option C. The vehicle will stop instantly. The correct answer is B. The stopping distance will be increased. If one circuit fails, in dual systems the stopping distance will be increased because only limited braking can be done before the spring brakes come on. Question 6. What shape is the parking brake control knob on newer vehicles? Option A. Square. Option B. Diamond-shaped. Option C. Round. The correct answer is B. Diamond-shaped. You put on the parking brakes using a diamond-shaped, yellow, push-pull control knob. Question 7. Where are the brake drums located? Option A. On each end of the vehicle's axles. Option B. Inside the air tanks. Option C. On the drive shaft. The correct answer is A. On each end of the vehicle's axles. During inspection, you will see brake drums are located on each end of the vehicle's axles. Question 8. Listen closely. This is a tough one. Which formula correctly represents total stopping distance for air brake vehicles? Option A. Perception plus reaction plus braking equals total. Option B. Perception plus reaction plus brake lag plus braking equals total. Option C. Brake lag plus braking equals total. The correct answer is B. Perception plus reaction plus brake lag plus braking equals total. Because air brakes do not work instantly, the total stopping distance is perception distance plus reaction distance plus brake lag distance plus braking distance. Question 9. Heads up. This is one of the hardest questions on the test. How do you verify that the spring brakes come on automatically during the final air brake check? Option A. Pull the glad hands apart and listen for escaping air. Option B. Pump the brake pedal to reduce tank pressure until the parking brake valve pops out. Option C. Turn the engine off and wait 10 minutes. The correct answer is B. Pump the brake pedal to reduce tank pressure until the parking brake valve pops out. To simulate a massive failure, continue to fan off the air pressure by stepping on and off the brake pedal until the tractor protection valve and parking brake valve pop out. Question 10. This is a tricky one. Listen to all choices carefully. When driving down a steep grade, what happens to the brakes that are properly adjusted if some of the other brakes are out of adjustment? Option A. They will stop doing their share of the work and lock up. Option B. They will overheat and fade. Option C. They will compensate by drawing more air pressure. The correct answer is B. They will overheat and fade. Because they take on the burden of the slackers, the other brakes can then overheat and fade, and there will not be enough braking available to control the vehicle. Question 11. Trap alert. Listen to every single word. What happens if you reapply the brakes before the wheels start rolling during stab braking? Option A. The vehicle will speed up. Option B. The vehicle won't straighten out. Option C. The air tanks will empty. The correct answer is B. The vehicle won't straighten out. You must wait for traction because if you reapply the brakes before the wheels start rolling, the vehicle won't straighten out. Question 12. At what pressure is it common for the low-pressure warning devices to signal on large buses? Option A. 55 psi. Option B. 80 to 85 psi. Option C. 100 psi. The correct answer is B. 80 to 85 psi. Because they carry many passengers, it is common for the low-pressure warning devices to signal at 80 to 85 psi on large buses. Question 13. Watch out! This is a known trap question. When checking brake drums, what is the maximum allowable length of a crack? Option A. Cracks must not be longer than 1 inch. Option B. Cracks must not be longer than 1/2 the width of the friction area. Option C. No cracks of any size are permitted. The correct answer is B. Cracks must not be longer than 1/2 the width of the friction area. During the Step 5 walk-around inspection, you must ensure brake drums do not have cracks longer than 1/2 the width of the friction area. Question 14. What happens to the braking mechanism if a drum gets too hot? Option A. The brakes stop working. Option B. The friction increases. Option C. The drum shrinks. The correct answer is A. The brakes stop working. If you ride the brakes down a hill, too much heat can make the brakes stop working. Question 15. Attention driver. This question is known to be difficult. When fully applying the foot brake for 1 minute in a combination vehicle, what is the maximum acceptable air pressure drop? Option A. More than 3 pounds. Option B. 4 pounds. Option C. 3 pounds. The correct answer is B. 4 pounds. During the applied brake test, check the air gauge to see if the air pressure drops more than 4 pounds in 1 minute, combination vehicle. Question 16. What are the components that rub against the inside of the brake drum? Option A. The slack adjusters. Option B. The brake shoes and linings. Option C. The S-cams. The correct answer is B. The brake shoes and linings. Inside the wheel assembly, the brake shoes and linings are pushed against the inside of the drum to cause friction. Question 17. Heads up. This is one of the hardest questions on the test. On older vehicles with automatic front wheel limiting valves, under what specific condition is full air pressure allowed to reach the front brakes? Option A. When the brake pedal is tapped lightly. Option B. When the low air warning buzzer sounds. Option C. When the brakes are put on very hard, 55 psi or more application pressure. The correct answer is C. When the brakes are put on very hard, 55 psi or more application pressure. To ensure max stopping power in emergencies, they reduce the air to the front brakes except when the brakes are put on very hard, 55 psi or more application pressure. Question 18. This next question is tough. Stay focused. Why is manual adjustment of an automatic slack adjuster dangerous? Option A. It will immediately break the S-cam. Option B. It may give the driver a false sense of security regarding braking effectiveness. Option C. It causes the air compressor to overwork. The correct answer is B. It may give the driver a false sense of security regarding braking effectiveness. When a driver tries to fix an out-of-limit stroke, the manual adjustment of automatic slack adjusters is dangerous because it may give a false sense of security. Question 19. Don't fall for the obvious answer here. If you only drive a straight truck with working ABS on all axles, how should you brake in an emergency? Option A. Pump the brakes. Option B. Use stab braking. Option C. You can fully apply the brakes. The correct answer is C. You can fully apply the brakes. This is the one exception: if you always drive a straight truck or combination with working ABS on all axles, in an emergency stop, you can fully apply the brakes. Question 20. Trap alert. Listen to every single word. Does ABS always shorten your stopping distance? Option A. Yes, in all weather conditions. Option B. No, ABS does not necessarily shorten your stopping distance. Option C. Yes, but only on dry pavement. The correct answer is B. No, ABS does not necessarily shorten your stopping distance. While it prevents skids, ABS does not necessarily shorten your stopping distance, but it does help you keep the vehicle under control. Question 21. What does a dual air brake system have? Option A. 2 completely independent brake pedals. Option B. 2 different air compressors. Option C. 2 separate air brake systems using a single set of controls. The correct answer is C. 2 separate air brake systems using a single set of controls. For increased safety, a dual air brake system has 2 separate air brake systems, which use a single set of brake controls. Question 22. Don't let this trick question catch you off guard. If you are driving a combination vehicle where only the trailer has ABS, what should you do if the tractor starts to jackknife? Option A. Keep firm pressure on the brakes until the computer adjusts. Option B. Let up on the brakes, if you can safely do so, until you gain control. Option C. Apply the trailer hand valve immediately. The correct answer is B. Let up on the brakes, if you can safely do so, until you gain control. Because the steering axle lacks computer assistance, if you lose steering control or start a tractor jackknife, let up on the brakes, if you can safely do so, until you gain control. Question 23. Stay sharp. You'll need to think about this one. What is the maximum acceptable air loss rate for a single vehicle during the static, unapplied, leakage test? Option A. Less than 2 psi in 1 minute. Option B. Less than 3 psi in 1 minute. Option C. Less than 4 psi in 1 minute. The correct answer is A. Less than 2 psi in 1 minute. While holding a stopwatch, confirm the loss rate is less than 2 psi in 1 minute for single vehicles. Question 24. A lot of test takers get this wrong. Listen closely. In controlled braking, what should you do if the wheels lock? Option A. Steer hard in the opposite direction. Option B. Apply the parking brake. Option C. Release the brakes. The correct answer is C. Release the brakes. If you need to make a larger steering adjustment or if the wheels lock, release the brakes. Question 25. What is the condition of linings if a wheel seal is leaking? Option A. They will crack. Option B. They will be dangerously thin. Option C. They will be soaked with oil or grease. The correct answer is C. They will be soaked with oil or grease. During inspection, ensure linings, friction material, must not be loose or soaked with oil or grease. That's the end of this practice test. Did you answer at least 80% of the questions correctly to pass? Let's move on to the next one. Question 26. When inspecting brake linings, friction material, what condition is considered unacceptable and dangerous? Option A. They have a rough surface texture. Option B. They are soaked with oil or grease. Option C. They are tightly secured to the shoe. The correct answer is B. They are soaked with oil or grease. If a wheel seal is leaking, the linings, friction material, must not be loose or soaked with oil or grease. Question 27. Heads up. This is one of the hardest questions on the test. In a dual parking control valve system, what is the specific function of the push-button valve that is spring-loaded in the out position? Option A. To drain the secondary air tank. Option B. To apply the service brakes on the trailer. Option C. To let air from a separate tank release the spring brakes so you can move. The correct answer is C. To let air from a separate tank release the spring brakes so you can move. If stranded in a hazardous spot, pushing the control in lets air from the separate air tank release the spring brakes so you can move. Question 28. What does the tractor protection valve do if the air supply drops when driving? Option A. It opens the trailer supply line. Option B. It closes automatically. Option C. It vents air to the atmosphere. The correct answer is B. It closes automatically. To protect the tractor's air supply, the tractor protection valve closes automatically if air supply drops when driving. Question 29. Why is pressing and releasing the brake pedal unnecessarily a bad habit? Option A. It overheats the brake linings. Option B. It engages the spring brakes prematurely. Option C. It can let air out faster than the compressor can replace it. The correct answer is C. It can let air out faster than the compressor can replace it. While coasting down a hill, pressing and releasing the pedal unnecessarily can let air out faster than the compressor can replace it. Question 30. Don't get caught by this trick question. Are wedge brakes and disc brakes more common than S-cam brakes? Option A. Yes, they are newer. Option B. No, wedge brakes and disc brakes are less common than S-cam brakes. Option C. They are equally common. The correct answer is B. No, wedge brakes and disc brakes are less common than S-cam brakes. While inspecting the foundation brakes, keep in mind wedge brakes and disc brakes are less common than S-cam brakes. Question 31. Where do you check to see if a towed unit manufactured before DOT requirements has ABS? Option A. The dashboard of the tractor. Option B. Look under the vehicle for the ECU and will speed sensor wires. Option C. The glad hand connections. The correct answer is B. Look under the vehicle for the ECU and will speed sensor wires. On older trailers, look under the vehicle for the electronic control unit, ECU, and will speed sensor wires coming from the back of the brakes. Question 32. Focus here. This is a high-fail question. How do you properly brake on a steep downgrade once in the proper gear? Option A. Hold light steady pressure on the brakes all the way down. Option B. Apply brakes until speed drops 5 miles per hour below safe speed, then release. Option C. Pump the brakes rapidly. The correct answer is B. Apply brakes until speed drops 5 miles per hour below safe speed, then release. Using the snubbing method, apply the brakes just hard enough to feel a definite slowdown until speed is reduced approximately 5 mph below your safe speed, then release. Question 33. Focus here. This is a high-fail question. What is the typical, cutout, level for the air compressor governor? Option A. Around 100 psi. Option B. Around 150 psi. Option C. Around 125 psi. The correct answer is C. Around 125 psi. When monitoring the gauges, you will see the governor stops the compressor from pumping air when tank pressure rises to the cutout level, around 125 psi. Question 34. What does the air compressor governor control? Option A. When the air compressor will pump air. Option B. The amount of pressure sent to the brake chambers. Option C. The automatic draining of the air tanks. The correct answer is A. When the air compressor will pump air. By monitoring system pressure, the governor controls when the air compressor will pump air into the air storage tanks. Question 35. What pulls the brake shoes away from the drum when you release the brake pedal? Option A. Air pressure. Option B. A spring. Option C. The camshaft. The correct answer is B. A spring. After releasing the pedal, a spring pulls the brake shoes away from the drum, letting the wheels roll freely. Question 36. Heads up. This is one of the hardest questions on the test. How do wedge brakes separate the brake shoes? Option A. An S-cam twists between them. Option B. A power screw pushes them. Option C. A wedge is pushed directly between the ends of two brake shoes. The correct answer is C. A wedge is pushed directly between the ends of two brake shoes. In this design, the brake chamber push rod pushes a wedge directly between the ends of two brake shoes. Question 37. Careful driver. This is a classic trap. Are spring brakes affected if the service brakes are out of adjustment? Option A. No, they are entirely separate. Option B. Yes, neither the regular brakes nor the emergency/parking brakes will work right. Option C. No, spring brakes self-adjust. The correct answer is B. Yes, neither the regular brakes nor the emergency/parking brakes will work right. Because they share mechanical parts, if the brakes are not adjusted properly, neither the regular brakes nor the emergency/parking brakes will work right. Question 38. Focus here. This is a high-fail question. What must you do before releasing the parking brakes to check the slack adjusters? Option A. Turn off the engine. Option B. Park on level ground and chock the wheels. Option C. Disconnect the trailer air lines. The correct answer is B. Park on level ground and chock the wheels. To prevent rolling during the check, park on level ground and chock the wheels to prevent the vehicle from moving. Question 39. Attention driver. This question is known to be difficult. What adds about 32 feet to the total stopping distance at 55 mph on dry pavement? Option A. The reaction distance. Option B. The perception distance. Option C. The air brake lag distance. The correct answer is C. The air brake lag distance. Due to the time it takes for air to flow through the lines, the air brake lag distance at 55 miles per hour on dry pavement adds about 32 feet. Question 40. How might the air compressor be cooled during operation? Option A. By the air cooling system or engine cooling system. Option B. Exclusively by a dedicated Freon loop. Option C. Only by high-speed airflow over the fins. The correct answer is A. By the air cooling system or engine cooling system. Depending on the truck's design, the compressor may be air-cooled or may be cooled by the engine cooling system. Question 41. What does the air brake lag distance represent? Option A. The time for the driver to react. Option B. The time required for the brakes to work after the brake pedal is pushed. Option C. The time it takes for the compressor to fill the tanks. The correct answer is B. The time required for the brakes to work after the brake pedal is pushed. Unlike hydraulic brakes, there is an added delay, the time required for the brakes to work after the brake pedal is pushed. Question 42. What is the most common problem found in roadside inspections? Option A. Out-of-adjustment brakes. Option B. Empty alcohol evaporators. Option C. Broken air compressors. The correct answer is A. Out-of-adjustment brakes. When inspectors check commercial vehicles, they find that out-of-adjustment brakes are the most common problem. Question 43. Heads up. This is one of the hardest questions on the test. What is the danger of manually adjusting an automatic slack adjuster? Option A. It can break the pushrod. Option B. It may give the driver a false sense of security regarding the effectiveness of the braking system. Option C. It causes the air compressor to overheat. The correct answer is B. It may give the driver a false sense of security regarding the effectiveness of the braking system. Because it masks mechanical problems, the manual adjustment of automatic slack adjusters is dangerous because it may give the driver a false sense of security. Question 44. What does the air compressor governor control? Option A. When the air compressor will pump air into the air storage tanks. Option B. The amount of pressure sent to the brake pedal. Option C. The automatic draining of the wet tank. The correct answer is A. When the air compressor will pump air into the air storage tanks. To prevent overpressurization, the governor controls when the air compressor will pump air into the air storage tanks. Question 45. Don't fall for the obvious answer here. While driving an older tractor equipped with ABS, you notice the yellow malfunction lamp stays on after startup. When might it normally turn off? Option A. Immediately after the primary air tank hits 125 psi. Option B. It could stay on until you are driving over 5 mph. Option C. Only after you perform a full brake application. The correct answer is B. It could stay on until you are driving over 5 mph. Unlike modern systems that go out quickly after a bulb check, on older systems, the lamp could stay on until you are driving over 5 mph. Question 46. Heads up. This next one is highly challenging. During the applied leakage test for a single vehicle, what is the maximum acceptable drop? Option A. 3 pounds in 1 minute. Option B. 4 pounds in 1 minute. Option C. 2 pounds in 1 minute. The correct answer is A. 3 pounds in 1 minute. While holding the foot brake, check the gauge to see if the air pressure drops more than 3 pounds in 1 minute, single vehicle. Question 47. At what internal tank pressure does the governor typically allow the air compressor to start pumping air again? Option A. Around 85 psi. Option B. Around 100 psi. Option C. Around 125 psi. The correct answer is B. Around 100 psi. As you use your brakes, the tank pressure falls to the cut-in pressure, around 100 psi, and the governor allows the compressor to start pumping again. Question 48. What physical action turns the power screw in a disc brake system? Option A. The centrifugal force of the wheel spinning. Option B. The pressure of the brake chamber on the slack adjuster. Option C. A direct mechanical linkage from the treadle valve. The correct answer is B. The pressure of the brake chamber on the slack adjuster. Instead of an S-cam rotating, the pressure of the brake chamber on the slack adjuster turns the power screw. Question 49. A lot of test takers get this wrong. Listen closely. What physical mechanism twists the brake camshaft in an S-cam system? Option A. The slack adjuster moving. Option B. The return spring expanding. Option C. The brake drum rotating. The correct answer is A. The slack adjuster moving. When you brake, air pressure pushes the rod out, moving the slack adjuster, thus twisting the brake camshaft. Question 50. Get ready. This one requires your full focus. At what speed should you release the brakes during the proper braking technique on a downgrade? Option A. When your speed has been reduced to approximately 5 mph below your safe speed. Option B. When you reach 10 miles per hour below your safe speed. Option C. When the vehicle comes to a complete stop. The correct answer is A. When your speed has been reduced to approximately 5 mph below your safe speed. While descending a hill, apply the brakes until your speed has been reduced to approximately 5 mph below your safe speed, then release. Thanks for watching. Good luck on your CDL exam.